I go around too many organisational buildings where it feels like a morgue. There is no energy, no pulse. You can hardly see people. So how on earth do you expect energy, innovation, new ideas and collaboration to happen?
We have inherited a way of organizing our work environments, our physical spaces, that is a direct manifestation of the ideologies of the industrial era of the 20th century. The guiding principle was to maximize efficiency, and that clearly manifests itself in those environments.
The offices and cubicles we work in, the buildings that they're placed in, the software and the hardware that we use, they're really all designed for a world of information scarcity. A world in which it made sense to protect information, work in hierarchies, to focus on process, and most importantly, to focus on individual productivity.
That whole construct is a dead construct, really. It belongs to a previous era. You talk to any company and half the desks or cubes are empty, and yet you can't book a meeting room for a team to come together. So there's a big mismatch. People want to kind of work together in communities and clusters. There is no physical space to do that.
Now, the way work has changed is that it's not about just physically being there. It's about creativity, it's about your ideas, and it's about innovation.
So we need to think differently about the workplace. Why do we have office buildings? What goes on inside them? And how do we enable people to do their best work?
Rather than the work environment just being a place to house your people, the work environment has to be a place to inspire and to facilitate a deeper level of collaboration where they have access to technologies that can actually help augment those interactions with other people.
We really need to design tools and environments and services that are inherently collaborative from the ground up, that allow us to come together and work like a network, that allow teams to exchange ideas very creatively, and that are centered around human activity.
It's the big thing now. The office place or the workplace is a big part of the business plan. It's a huge tool. If I get the right people, I get them all on the same page, I'm going to come up with more innovative ideas.
The work environment can be designed in such a way that it can help mitigate some of the distractions that are going on in the workplace, but it can also shape the behavior of the people who are coming to work every day. And it can prime us to be able to stay more mindful and in the moment and actually be able to enhance the interactions that we have with other people.
If you look at the design of offices today, there has been a move toward openness and flexibility. And the idea there, of course, is that it fosters communication between people, allows people to be more collaborative and so forth. And that is absolutely essential for any kind of creative activity, but it's not sufficient.
The challenge with some environments is that in our efforts to really help people be more open and more transparent, that we've forgotten about providing places where people can get the privacy that they need in order to focus on their work.
People need dedicated spaces to concentrate, dedicated spaces to collaborate, and a third type of space, places to contemplate, to restore themselves, to rest and relax, not be constantly under supervision or surveyed.
We need the ability to move from individual work to collaborative work and back again in a very, very fluid way across devices and across spaces.
And I think what we'll find is freedom to choose based around the activity and the task that people want to perform, working in what I would call a polycentric city, a place of many locations for work.
The workplace is going to go from just being a place that people come to do their work to actually be a destination that people want to come to because that's where they do their best work, because they have access to the people they need and the technology they need to be able to really be their best.
We're fostering community, not workforce, so the idea that if we can make it feel like they are wanted, they are honored in this space, it can be very successful because when you get people engaged like that, great things happen.
There's a correlation between how satisfied people are with their physical work environment and their engagement. The work environment can really be a key strategy to to helping people feel a greater sense of belonging and a greater sense of purpose and engagement with their organization.
I would expect workspaces to be that much more meaningful in the future because they would enable us to learn at faster rates, to achieve our potential much faster, to connect with each other in ways that we can't today, and therefore arrive at generating value, new ideas, new innovations, maybe faster, but certainly in a more meaningful way.
I hope workplace will be like a Roman marketplace where people come with their wares, their ideas, from inside and outside the organization to create new things together, to share information, to learn from each other. So that's what I hope the office of the future will look like, with retreat space for brief moments of concentration, but basically as a big theatre of innovation.